which leads us to, the game this week. You're watching the game last night. You knew, Georgia Tech coming in was going to be a quality opponent. I mean, you're talking about an ACC team that won 9 games last year, that defeated Georgia, that defeated Virginia Tech, and had probably more returning starters than Coach Johnson's had since his tenure at Georgia Tech. So it's a veteran team. You look at their offensive line, their defense, how well they played. I don't know if I've ever seen a team that rushed it for 535 yards of offense and lost the game, 650 total and lost. I thought they was very deserving to have won that game last night. And I think that you see kind of the way to do things. I've always kind of watched them a little bit of a couple games a year and admire how they play the game. They play the game the way you're supposed to play it. They play it physical. They block and tackle well, and they do what they do. On offense, they're going to do what they do, and you got to stop it. So. I think we've been able to, just prepare. I think the week of preparation, extra week kind of helps a little bit. I don't think them being on a short week, is a disadvantage to them, an advantage to us. Heck, you play. I mean, ask these guys. I mean, if you say, hey, you get to play 2 games in a week and miss 2 practices, which one would you rather do? Well, heck, they won't play. Their guys are going to be ready to play Saturday. Ain't got nothing to do with them playing last night. So they'll be ready to play, and especially losing one, kind of letting one get away that they should have won. We was talking about before we come in here. I mean, you take the 2 turnovers when they were going in to score, it's a totally different game. They probably blow them out, to be honest with you. If they don't fumble that last one, they probably win that game by 3 scores. They left Tennessee in it when they fumbled going in. So, like I said, quarterback, you had questions, there about their football team, losing Thomas, he'd been a 2-year starter and been there a while, but that question got answered quickly. A guy, Marshall, breaks their rushing, record for the school for a quarterback, rushes 44 times for 200 something yards, and just played really, really well. I thought the thing you like to watch play is their offensive line, how they get off football and how they block you. So, like I said, we got our work cut out for us, but our guys will be ready to go. I mean, heck, we got a game this week, so that's good. It's better than sitting around twiddling our thumbs, like we had to do Saturday. So our guys will be ready to play. They don't really look at who we play. It's about how we play, and we go back to that. We'll see how much improvement we made from that first game to that second game. So, we know we got a big challenge ahead of us, but we'll be ready to play, and it'll be a fun game. So, we're looking forward to getting back to practice, today and get to work.
What are the keys to dealing with that kind of offense?
Well, I mean, I think they make you play assignment football. So every time the ball snap, you better be ready to take dive, quarterback, pitch. And be sound there. I think the big thing is making sure you don't give up explosive plays by not taking one of those. I mean, that's where they get explosive plays, and they'll lull you to sleep a little bit. They don't throw it much. I think they threw it 3 or 4 times last night, but lull you to sleep with the way they block so well on the perimeter. Everything looks the same, so you can't give up big plays to me. You got to make them do what they want to do, really, is drive the football. But you can't go out there and give up a bunch of explosive plays. So hopefully we'll be able to do that and get the ball on the ground, But they do a good job with their linemen of getting the second and third level. Their linemen can really run. They pull. They get out on the perimeter, and they get you on the ground. So it's a different deal. So you got to be prepared. But it's about getting folks around the football. We're going to run the football and get as many people there as we can. But they do a really good job of preventing you from doing that by the way they block. But like I said, I think we got a good plan. And it boils down to, like I said, they make you play fundamental football. They make you tackle. They make you block on what they do defensively. So we got to block and we got to tackle extremely well Saturday. So it'll be one of those games where they're going to put you in space and make you make a one-on-one tackle. So hopefully we'll tackle well and play well.
How important is it to keep your offense on the field and keep theirs off?
I think it's extreme. Every time we snap it, every time we move the sticks, I think is advantage Gamecocks. So I think that's what Tennessee was not able to do. Reason they could have lost that game, handily, and they not even went into overtime was that fact. I mean, you look back at it. I don't know the exact. I think Tennessee had the ball like 11 minutes. So you're talking about, they had the ball at 50 minutes of the game, Georgia Tech did. So, I mean, your offense has got to stay out there and play. You've got to be able to move the sticks and the sustained drives and not go out and have 3 and outs. You've got to possess the ball.
Siran, I'll ask you the same question about dealing with their offense. Kind of what's your impression of Marshall, and what do you guys have to do?
He's a great quarterback. Just watched him last night. He's a big player for them, big playmaker for them. But like Coach say, they great team blocking on the perimeter, great O-line. They don't, really throw the ball that much. But as us as a defense, we got to go out there, technique sound. Everybody got to be on the same page and perform the task ahead. And like I already know, like everybody know, it's gonna be a pretty physical game. Taking on blocks, getting all blocks and still making a tackle as a defense. But going to this game, we know it's really gonna be really physical. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking really forward to it.
John, when was the last time you coached against a triple option?
Been a while. It's been a while. I'd have to really sit down and really think about it, But I think all our coaches are familiar with it. We used to be, run the triple ourselves, back in the day. So it's not no secret. It's not no secret about what they do or how they do it. It's hey, this is what we're gonna do. Here we come. You got to stop it. So it's not a lot of smoke and mirror type offense. It's you better line up and be ready to play. So I think the biggest thing you got to adjust to, and it'll take a few series in the game to adjust to the pad level. The pad level is different. It's different than a gun offense, and that's kind of the things we've been working on with our up front folks is how they come off the football, and it's a lower game, the way they play. So I think that's a big time adjustment because you can't assimilate that in practice. That's the hardest thing to me, and how well they block on the perimeter. But like I said, I think we've got a great plan of how we're going to defend them, and it'll boil down to, adjusting that pad level and getting folks around the football and making tackles. And I think that's where the fundamentals of football comes back into play, and hopefully not give up 535 yards rushing.
They tend to really, I guess their key is winning big on first down. I think they were averaging well over 5 yards on first down. So I guess the question is, how much emphasis will you put on winning first down?
I think it's big. I mean, they don't stay ahead of the sticks and get in that third manageable. If they're 3rd and 4 or less, they're right where they want to be. And I think Tennessee at times, in the first half and in the second half, they did a good job of getting them in a 3rd and long situation. Then they give up a turn back. They give up a throw, and they get out of that 3rd down and long. So if you get them in 3rd and long, you've got to be able to convert and get off the field as a defense. So I think you got to be able to do that, and just hopefully, at first down, second down, is very, you got to get them behind the stick somehow. Whether it be, just do a good job playing side football and getting the ball on the ground, or a penalty, or a turnover. And I think you do have to create some turnovers. I think, like I said, that was the biggest difference in the game last night. I mean, they take care of the football, they win that game by 3 scores. So, hopefully you can create some turnovers, in the game as well.
That type of offense, does that kind of preclude any of your blitz packages, or?
I think you still got to have some of it in. I think that you gotta sit there and just do what you do too. And like I said, we believe in running the ball and tackling, and they try to take away your aggressiveness, and get you to see it. We don't want to do that. We want to force the issue and still be an aggressive type, defense. So, like I said, I think it's about the number of hats you can get around the ball, because, the beauty of the thing they do is they get people in space, and you miss one tackle, and they cut the pursuit off. We got to have extreme effort, getting to the football. And you look back at last night when Tennessee got segmented, it was because somebody in pursuit either didn't get to the ball, or they got cut off. So I think it's that 2nd and 3rd defender that gets there to get the ball on the ground that you got to have great effort, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
What would a win over Georgia Tech mean for this program?
I mean, we got Liberty the next game. I mean, that's about as much emphasis as we put on it. We're a lot more worried about how the Gamecocks play Saturday than than winning the game. Now, we want to win every game we go out, but it's not going to be like a Super Bowl if we win the game, and it's not going to be devastating if you lose the game. And like I said, I hope that we play well as a team, and I think any game we play in, we got an opportunity. The opportunity is there. It's about how we play and how well we play. If we don't turn the ball over and we can sustain drives, and defensively, if we get the ball on the ground and can create some turnovers and not give up explosive plays, I think we'll be in the game in the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be a very physical game. I hope both squads stay healthy coming out of the game. So, like I said, I think both groups will be ready to play for sure.
After having had a chance to look at film and work on some things, I'll ask both of you, what was the takeaway from his first start at quarterback?
I can do better. I mean, there were some small mistakes that you can correct, but every day you go out to practice, you try to get better. That's not going to stop now, and it's never going to stop. Yeah, you just gotta the little things, execute better, go through your progressions a little faster, really stuff like that, and just get better every day. Your game experience comes through practice, but the game's a little bit different, and I'll take what I learned from the mistakes I made and the good things I did from last week's or 2 weeks ago's game and apply it to the next game and the next game, and it just build on itself until it just get to where you can do it consistently.
I'll ask you the same question. What was your takeaway?
No, me? Or
Yes.
Siran? Okay. No, I thought Bryant played well in his first game. Yeah, I did. I think he settled in. It'd be I think he'd sit here and tell you he didn't probably think he was going to be nervous. He probably was a little nervous, before the game. So, and that's usually not him. I think getting a game under his belt, being a starter, he's going to get more and more comfortable in the saddle, and I think the more game experience he gets, like I said, the better he's going to deal with it. But, he's a really good decision maker. He protects the football. And that's the way he plays every day in practice, and that's kind of what you expect. So, like I said, I think he's only going to get better with time. And like I said, he's proud of the way he played. I thought he did what he had to do in the game for us to win, and that's the type of guy he is. I think that's the reason our football team trusts him, so much is they know that what they see, what you get on a daily basis is what you get every day. So, like I said, I think he's going to have another good day Saturday.
Siran, did you watch last night's game by yourself, or did some of the guys get together and watch it?
I watched with a couple of teammates. What we all thought, we called each other. We watching, different apartments and all that, but we all watching the game. As it came on, we knew that it was going to be a pretty tough opponent, pretty big, pretty solid, and one thing that we know is going to be a physical game. And that's something that our defense love, to be physical, and that's one thing about our defense. We love to be physical, to hit people in the mouth and stuff. But like I say, we respect them and what they do, especially with the wing tee. Because, the ball going to be everywhere. We're not really looking much from them throwing the ball. But from what we seen last night, the quarterback, he's a pretty big player, and how he handled the ball and give the ball to his running backs and how they handle the ball. And, they're a pretty downhill team, so we're just looking forward to everything that they do with running the ball, running the wing tee. But we, us as a defense, we're pretty technique sound and getting the job done for our team, to come out on top.
When you guys watch a game like that last night, pretty exciting game.
Yeah.
Are you watching it strictly as this is what I've got to face next week, or do you allow any of yourselves to just be a fan, kind of appreciate a competitive game?
We definitely appreciate the team. We respect them as they are, but us as the defense, we really focus in what we got to do Saturday, what our job is at the time and at that play and at that moment. So we really was walking through what we got to do and what we got to pursue during that play, and as that, we just feel like how they gonna play, that means we gotta play, 10 times harder, 10 times physical, because that's what they like to do, be physical, and, that's what we're gonna do, be physical back with them.
Coach Cross, did you watch the game at home, or are you guys up here?
Watch the game at home. you know, and DVR'd it so you can run back and watch a little bit of it. But I mean, you get it. We had it into the system and breaking it down first thing this morning. So but it's good to sit there and just kind of watch watch the game kind of unfold and how the flow of the game went last night.
Last week, how much were you able to do on Georgia Tech, considering they hadn't played a game yet?
Well, it was more of the same. It was more of the same that we worked in spring and fall camp. So, it was hard because you didn't have an opponent to break down that they had played. So, personnel-wise, was really the only thing we're missing. I mean, they didn't do anything last night that they hadn't done before. It may have been one tweak or two here and there, but other than that, what you see is what you get with them. They do what they do. So it wasn't like you need to see if they've changed any. They're the same all the time. So, from an outside of personnel perspective, is kind of what you got last night, and exactly, kind of what I thought. I mean, they're a 9-win team last year. Coming into the year, they're going to be around a 10-win team this year, and really still feel that way. I mean, they should have won that one last night, let one get away. So, people in the ACC, I think that game got everybody's attention, as far as their conference and everything. They're really good, and, they got a quarterback that kind of answered the bell there of kind of what they were going to do. And I'd say, before it's all said and done, he'll probably be as good running that offense as anybody they've had. So, they're definitely going to have a great year.
What's the status of Klein and Anderson?
I think we'll be okay. I mean, I think both will be back in due time, and Klein for sure this week.
We talked about the offense. What do you think about the defense, Horn? Georgia Tech.
They're fast and physical, but we expected that coming in. I think, if we can just execute, it takes 11 on offense to do it. That's kind of what our fallback was last week. Maybe one or two missed it, or a missed assignment here kind of held us back. I think if we can put it all together, I think we'll have a good chance for success on Saturday.
Coach, you come from really an offensive background. I know we've talked a lot about the defense. About the offense, but what did you think about the defense?
I mean, they're sound in what they do. They're not a blitz-happy team. They blitz in certain situations. So, kind of like their offense, they're going to line up and do what they do. And some people call it a bend but don't break. But I think they're aggressive style defense, even though they don't blitz a lot. They want to get you behind the sticks and make play. But they're very, very sound. I mean, they keep the ball underneath them. It's hard to get behind them and have, they don't give up a lot of explosive plays. So I think that's where you've seen Tennessee was able to create a few of those with the number one, the receiver, and was able through there to, make some big plays, and the running back made a couple long runs. So they make you drive the football. I think that's one of the things we got to do, like I said, is just be able to, as an offense, be able to possess the ball.